Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I want to make something today, and I really want to make a lap book, but oh, it's a big job. I don't think I'm going to get it all done in one video, but I'm not doing a series, so no, there's not going to be a part 1 and a part 2. There's going to be what I get done today and what I get done in another video. We're not naming it, it's just going to happen. So I ordered some food the other day, and it came in this bag with handles and stuff, and I immediately looked at it and thought, I like the look of that bag. I like the height, and I like that we already have a pocket if we glue it. But as for that, I don't know. We're winging it again. We are winging it. This is going to be a winging it video. So I haven't even got like a supply list. A paper bag. That's my supply list. Anything else I use will be a surprise to me too. Right, so let's have a look and see how we're going to build this lap book. Right, so first off, I'm going to do some, I'm not going to do some folds because I don't want them to be permanent. So this could be the front cover. Now, I don't know if I want to directly, because if I want that a pocket, it can't be like folded directly over. But then do I want this to come over like that and have it like this? Or do I not want that as a pocket and have that on the outside like that, and then fold that over so it's like that? Ooh. Or do we just fold it in half and have it easy peasy, lemon squeezy, like this, straight in half? But then that's quite big, isn't it? But then you've got a handle. Or do we just chop the handle off, or try and pull this bit off, because I think it will come off quite easily without, I mean, it doesn't really matter if we've got like a little rip in the bag, because we're gluing over it anyway. We're covering it. Handle. So we could take the handle off, which means then we could, I quite like the idea of having that on the outside like this, and then having like an outside pocket, and then having this fold over like that, and then the handle could go in here, because I really want to keep the handle. I think we're going to do that. Right, so I have removed the handles, which, to be honest, you could literally make yourself. It's just a strip of a folded over piece of paper, and then kind of like bent like that. So yeah, they're quite simple, but they're already made, so we'll keep those aside. And I like the idea of having this. Oh, let me make sure I get the fold right. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm getting out my scoreboard. Oh, I'm so funny. Oh, it just so happens to be 6. So I'm going to score it at 6. Perfect. And then let's, because there's a little lip there that I don't want. So let's just, I think we're just gonna have to put up with it. I think that's just the natural fold of the paper. So yeah. And then we're going to put it back on the scoreboard, line it up, because we know that's 6, And then I want a little gap, so I'm literally leaving 2 notches. Well, 1/4 inch. So we're scoring it that went right off the scales then, because it's longer than the board. It's longer than the board. And then we're going to fold this at that. So then let's make sure it's straight. I mean, you know, it's a lap book, so. And I think I want to glue this bit together and then angle the ends, which, to be honest, if we just folded these back like that and then glued them, it kind of makes it, one, a little bit stronger, and 2, easier for me. So like that. And I think I'm going to have to use 12 by 12 to cover this. So this I want as a pocket for the handle, like that. Do I want 1 handle or do I want 2? Ooh, ooh. And then that can be the flap for the closure. I don't know. I think I might want to... I think I'm going to cut these bits off and glue inside here, to be honest. Because I think if I leave the flaps on, it's going to make it bulky for when I cover it. Because obviously this is going to be like triple now. Triple the thickness. I mean, if you had 1, fair enough, but would it matter? Does it matter if I'm covering it with thick cardstock? The dilemmas. But I definitely want to glue inside here, inside this flap. So let's do that. I'm going to do that with Fabri-Tac, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to cut off the notches. Oh, doesn't matter. It's being covered. Because I kind of like this little like ripped bit. Right, so I got the glue off the mat and I've cut off the notches. I'm not going to keep them. And now we have, I do need to glue in here, but now we have this. So then it opens up like that, and we're going to put some cool bits on the inside. But first we're going to glue these little notches. And there's a few of them because it's part of the fold. So I'm going to get Barely Arts glue out. Just because it's easier to get that nozzle in there. And then just burnish it down. Doesn't matter about the excess glue because it does on your mat. But we're covering it anyway, so it's not a problem. And then glue this corner. And then the next one, go right up to the crease. And it's kind of, in theory, like one of the big paper bags that we did in Mass Make March. You know, when we made loads of, there's not enough glue in that bit. We made loads of paper bag journals. It's kind of the same thing with a huge paper bag. Make sure I've got it all. I can see a little gap there. That's it. And then the same, make sure it's all stuck. And then that's the flap stuck down, no bits. Do I want to glue in here, in this like bit here? I think I do, you know. So glue that bit down. We don't want to glue here because this is the flap. So don't get confused by this bit here. We want to glue in like this V shape here. That's the only bit we want to glue in. So like the crease of the side of the bag. Down to that crease. And then we still have this bit here, which is perfect. And then we have this little bit here. Should we glue that? Or we could have cut a little notch out. No, we're going to glue it. There we go. And do this side. And there we have all glued, front cover, inside, flap. Right, so now we've done all the creases. Let's glue down the side, and I'm going to use, let me fold that over so you can see. I'm going to use quite, like normally we just do a thin line of glue, but because it's quite a long book, I want it to stick. So, and it's not like we haven't got tons and tons of space, because like I said, it's a long book, long lap book. So make sure there's no gaps. So yeah, so I'd say about what, quarter of an inch, maybe quarter of an inch worth of glue on each side. Hold that down. Take out the seepage. And then I've got 2 clips here. So let's just clip it on like that. Because even though it's, let's do the ends, because the ends are a bit of a nightmare to stick. So let's do the ends. And then see, we've still got all this space. So, and you've got more chance of it not coming. I mean, if you wanted to, before you covered it, you could put a couple of staples down it as well, just to keep it together. So Yeah, you could do that. Right, so let's pick some paper. So I've decided to use the Tim Holtz Dapper because I like it. And because I want to bring a bit of colour into my life. So, yeah, we're going with this. I love this. It's so nice. So, let's take the sheets out. Let's move that aside while it's drying. And then decide what we want to be our front cover. I do like that. I do like that for the flap. So let's put that there. Let's put my lid on me fabric tack. We use that on another one. Oh, I love this one. Definitely. What do you think? Yes. She says, I'll need some colour in my life. And then she doesn't use colour. Priceless. Priceless. Oh, I think maybe this one as well. Has got colour in it. Ba-bam, ba-bam. I think that will do for now. If we need any others, let's put them somewhere where they're not gonna avalanche. And then, oh, we need something for the back cover. So now, do we want, see, this is still going to have a bit of a border because this is such a big bag, but that's fine by me. Do we want it like that, or do we want it like that? I think like that. So how, because that is a bit of a big border. Washi tape. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, and I know this sounds like a lot of work, but I got some vintage, right, so I've got this paper, I think it's that school paper from Margreth's Bestie that she put in my care package. And it's, look, it's the perfect height. But to save this paper, I think I'm going to do strips and just do like a border around the edge. But I also, I know this is the same colour, but to strengthen the edges, I think I'm going to go round. I'll show you quickly what I mean. If I can get a full strip and not rip it. Come on now, that's better. Right, so kind of like, because this is just literally packing tape, but put it over the end like that, and then fold it over. And then it's not only strengthening it. Where's my big scissors? Oh, I have to use these ones. It's not only strengthening it, it's also stopping it from where there's so many different layers. See, like here, like this bit here, where there's like a lip, because at the end of the day, it's a paper bag, and, you know, they're made to take you shopping home, not to make a journal out of. So the angles are not straight or even, and things like that. So things like, see this, like that. So I thought if I put tape over it, it's not going to be like that. And nothing's, it's going to be like that. So, yeah. So I'm going to do that off of camera, because I don't think anybody's got time to sit there and watch me put tape and paper around the edge of a journal. We want to see the good bits. So yeah, so I'm going to do that bit off the camera and then I'll be back. Right, so I thought I'd show you first off just the tape. So just going around the edge with the tape. And look, it's all one book now. And what I did was, when we come to the pocket, I just put a full strip on and then I just literally cut down the tape like that. So we've still got the pocket. This one looks like it's, no, that's where it's glued. That's perfect. And look at the side, we've got a really cool pocket on the edge there. But the pocket is not the full length because obviously it's only the half folded section, which is absolutely fine because we don't need a big pocket down there. And now look at the flap. So there's no more flaps or anything. And this is one of the things that I love about this paper tape is it's perfect for this. This was lifted up. So this wasn't, as you can see, look. So I stuck a bit of tape. I know I'm covering it, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, so it's a really cool, stable. The edges are stable. They're not going to come apart. There's no flaps or anything. Perfect. And now we're going to take the vintage paper that I got given and we're going to get our guillotine. Oh, the boys are out chasing birds. And I've got a couple of sheets here. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to cut them into, I think 2-inch strips will be perfect. Oh, so 2 inches, and then we can just, I'm going to cut it all into 2-inch strips because whatever we don't use in this project, we've got massive 2-inch strips that we can turn into tickets. See, where there's a will, there's a way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on the edge here. Might leave the teeniest of borders, just the teeniest of borders. And then when I come to put this on, ta-da! And then it doesn't matter because you've got a nice little border and it looks like it's framed. And then just do exactly the same. If I can get another piece and put that down there like that. And then again, there we go. And then we can grunge it as well, like it. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll be back. And it's covered. That didn't actually take that long. So I didn't cover the flap because the flap's shorter. So the paper literally is about the same size as the flap. Plus, I want to put some washi tape on it, but I have literally, oh, still got glue in the middle. I have covered it all. So we have got outlines now. I've even done the back. Check me out, because I don't normally do the back. And we've got 3 strips now to make tickets with, because this is the perfect paper to make faux tickets. So, yay, winning. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to distress the edges, because I think there's, apart from where the pocket is here, this, I want to put some washi tape on this bit. But I don't know what, I think I want to use Tim Holtz's washi tape. But I don't know where I put it. Which is just typical of me. Right, so I've got a couple and I can't decide. Are you shocked? So I'm kind of want to keep in keeping with the paper. So fabric tape. And I'm kind of thinking I mean, the paper's quite plain anyway, so that would be a nice pop of colour. Or I've got Heidi Swap's Ledger, or I've got these two. I think this one would be more in keeping with the paper. But I do like the idea of the fabric, because I don't use that very often. So I think we're going to use the fabric tape. Like just kind of on there. And then, like I said, because of the pocket, which is annoying me that it sticks out, you know. But I do like the idea of using my washi tape just around the edge like that. Oh, I've done it now. Because I'm thinking what do we think? Oh, would help if you could see. Lift it up, Toni, lift it up. What do we think? Is it too much? Well, it's down now. That one is gonna have to stay there. Because it's down. I do like it. But I need to glue that bit because I pulled it up and pulled up some of the paper. So we just need to glue that bit back down. And because that's over the pocket, this pocket is causing me more trouble than a pocket is worth. Can you believe I just said that? So give it a distress, proper distress it as well, and then a little wipe. Oh yes, I like that. I mean, we could just put that to the edge like that, but then you're sitting there and saying, yeah, but why cover it with the white paper then, Toni? I don't know. I do these things because I think they're the best thing at the time. This is what happens when I'm winging it. And then I come up with other solutions and then I'm like, wow, I didn't need to do that other step. But it still looks cool with the paper behind it. And, you know, it will strengthen it as well. So let's put some tape along there. Oh, look at that. Perfect. And then let's trim this off there. Give this a good old grunge. Wipe it down. Because look how grungy that looks, because it's taken up some of the black off the washi tape. And then, what way is this going? Oh, it's going that way, isn't it? And then we could just put this right up to the edge. Like that. And have that. Oh, I like that. And then so that needs to be cut a couple of lines on the ruler. A couple couple of lines on the ruler past, was it 4? Was there 4 sections? Yeah, 0. Where the 0 is, let's turn it around this way. And so we know it's 6, don't we? So let's do it. I think that's too much. I think that will be about right. What happened there? Oh, it's because it's on the... It's being stopped. There we go. So now we can have a proper look at what it would look like. I like that. With the flap over it. Ah, don't fold it. Not yet. With the flap over it. Yes, we need to distress and grunge this. And we need to distress and grunge around the edges of this as well. Because we know what I'm like if I don't glue it on straight. And you can see a bit. At least it will be distressed. Oh, this paper just distresses so lovely. Look at that. And you know, at the end of the day, this is supposed to be junk journaling. This is like a vintage item. Things get ripped, things move. So it's not going to be like it was brand spanking new. It's just not going to look it, which is absolutely fine by me. There we go. And now let's look at that. Now it's been aged. Look at that. Oh, let me turn it sideways for you. Look at that. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Right, I'm going to get my glass mat up because I want to go around the edge of this like this. And then I think I'm going to do 2 colours. So this is the Vintage Photo Archival. And then I think I'm going to use like Scorched Timber Oxide. But I'm gonna dab dab. Dab dab dab. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've got it here. So I'm gonna that doesn't look like it's very juicy, which is a little bit worrying. I think it might have been a little bit. Oh, but that still looks cool. A little bit dried out. There we go, look, see? I don't know about anyone else, but have you noticed how distress doesn't cling to these papers like it used to? Look, it's just sitting on top because there's like a sheen to them. Have you noticed that with these new paper stacks? But I love them. Right, so I'm going to dry this and then I'll be back. Right, so I think I want to incorporate some of the blue as well that's in this kit. I was going to use prize ribbon, but too blue. So I'm going to use Chip Sapphire Oxide because that kind of is the colour I'm going for. Now, hopefully this will just kind of... My goodness. Oh, that'll have to do. That'll have to do. Right, I'm going to dry this and then I'll be back. That definitely looks better. But now, I know you're sitting there and you're like, oh my goodness, you've just distressed it and now you're sanding it all off. Yep. Because it's wear and tear. And things that are aged wear and they tear. Get a bit of... Perfect. And now I think I've got my, where, there it is, my little distressing tool. Don't mind about the rip. And grunge it up. And I'm not gonna do every single page on camera because I'm pretty much gonna use this technique. Oh, don't care. All I'd care about is grunging up the back. I'm pretty much gonna use this technique for every page. But I thought I'd do this one to show you. Oh, sorry about the noise. Right, let's get rid of this now. I thought I'd do the first one to show you so that you can see how I'm going to do it. And then, yeah, look at that. I love it. I love it. Do you know what I might also do? I might also rip a corner. Oh, look at that. And then we want to distress the white bits. Let me get one of my little mini ones. And then you could, can you see that? I hope I'm not off camera. You could just curl it like so. And then maybe twist it like so. Oh, look, we've even got another little bit of distress. Lovely. And then when it's on there, look how rough. I mean, even with that bit. But we want rid of, just don't want the white so bright. Like that. And then get some of, you know, the lace that I've been ripping. So we could look at some of this. And then put this. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? And then get another piece. Because this piece doesn't want to be as big. And then put this piece under there like that. Yes, yes, yes. Right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And that is why I like to rip fabric. Right, so let's make sure this is going in the right spot. So I'm going to put a dab of Fabri-Tac down, move the paper. Where has it gone? Where's it gone? Here it is. Here it is. And then can you see kind of how it goes like a V, like that? So we're going to put that bit. Let's rewind this bit round. And then put that there. Oh, no, do you know what? No, I want it. I want all this lovely thread sticking out the top. Like that. Oh, my hands are sticky. Got sticky fingers. Like that. Right, now we're going to let that dry. If I can leave it alone, and then look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. It's so cool. So grungy. And then we want, so this is where it's going to go. Yep. And then I'm just going to mark kind of underneath so it won't be shown. Well, that's not underneath tone, is it? So that's where I want the other piece. So let's just put a dollop of glue on there. And then let's put that bit on there. Oh, I love it. Hold that down for a second. Shall I stitch it? Oh! I'm going to stitch it. The bit of paper that I've just done. I'm stitching. Oh, there's not enough glue to do the top bit, so let's put some more. There we go. Right, and so I don't get sticky fingers, where are my clips? Let's put a clip on. And hold that. Down there. Where's the other one? This is why I love having these laying around. Just love it. I know I've got two. I've also got new tabs, haven't I? I've got new tabs that I can put on as well. Oh, I'm getting so excited. Oh, I love it. I don't think that doesn't need a clip, but we're going to put that aside to let that dry. But I do think it might need holding there. Right. So I'm going to put that aside so that bit of fabric can dry. And then I'm going to move all the junk that I've got over here because I was crafting the other day and get my sewing machine out. And I'm going to stitch around the edge. And then I'll be back. Right, so before I do the stitching, I brought these. Thank you, Margaret and Barbara. I had to go out and get one because chevrons and banners, I love them. But before I found this on Amazon, I found this on eBay, and it's a Stampin' Up one. And look at the size. It's huge. It's massive. So I was thinking of doing this because we've got the lace at the top and the side. But if we do this, and I'm hoping that because this is the same size, if we do the middle first and then line it up, that should work. Yeah? I think that's best. That's the best way for my brain to do it. And then we could like put lace behind it and a bit of washi. What do you think? I think that, yeah, I'm doing it. I've done it. Look. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. And then we line this up here. Like that. Oh, we've cut a bit off the end, but that's fine. Oh, well, that one didn't work out. I must have gone a little bit too far over. So let's put that back in. And then let's line that up there. And then if it's lined up, don't rip on me. Come on, that's it. And then we've got that. Now what we could do, because obviously, let me just put this here so you can see. Obviously this cut out this bit, but we still have these. So we could just stick that on like that. And then, and I know this is getting finicky. No, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut them off. I'm going to cut them off. Like that. Like that. What I should have done is just left the 3 in the middle. But in hindsight, well, you know, we live and we learn. But, so that's going to go over there. That's going to go down there. We could lift it up so it's not on the... And we definitely could put that, just glue that on there like that. I mean, we've cut it off now, so there's not really any point. Like that. And then trim it from there. But I kind of like it like that. It's like a big banner. It's like a big banner. And, you know that netting, that bag that I brought that was in my haul? All right, so if we put that there, and then that goes over there. Let's straighten this out. Stop moving! Where's my tweezers? Because I think it's because I've got glue on my hands. Everything's sticking to me. So let's just... like, oh. Like that underneath. And then like cut it here. I like that. Oh, I've got a wider bit as well. That could be, oh, that's the same width. Right, so let's put a little, I'm getting excited now. Just when you think, that wasn't supposed to do that. Right, so I'm just going to put a little pencil mark. So that goes about there. And then because I do like this stuff. You can even, like, look, just sort of misshape it. And then put that there, like that. Let's cut it to size. Pull some bits off the end so it's all frayed. I think I want this bit to look a bit misshaped as well. And then there's the fabric tack. So I'm literally just gonna smother it because I really want it to stick, like all of it. Let that, I've got stickiness. Right, let's, there we go. Now where's my wet wipe? Because my fingers. So let's give this yes, I like that. Let's pull that bit out. And that, make that a little bit straighter. Oh, I like that. Let's see if this that's dry. But some of these do needs a bit of a haircut. There we go. And then look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love that bit. Look at that bit. Yes, I like that. That turned into a happy accident. Little bit of a banner bit on the bottom, or chevron. Right, let's stick it down. No, oh, that was close, because we want to stitch. We want to stitch. And I think the way that I am feeling today, be prepared for a wonky stitch. But keep these little bits, because these little bits you can use somewhere else, look. Right, so I'm going to go and stitch. And I've changed my thread, haven't I? So it's the same colour as Vintage Photo. But, oh, that's just so cool. And then hopefully afterwards, this will be dry. I think I kind of want that hanging out the bottom there. Yes, I do. And that still isn't straight enough. Yeah, perfect. Right, so I'm going to leave that up there to dry. I'm going to stitch this bit. How am I going to stitch down here? Oh, it doesn't matter, because I can stitch down here and then just do a really thin line stitch down there. And I'm going to stitch over those loads of times. Stitch over that loads of times as well. Like that. Oh, right, I'm going to stitch and then I'll be back. I've done the stitching and it's so messily grungy. I love it. So I've done some different bits all over the place. So I went backwards and forwards down here. I just love it. And then I did the same here as well, made it really messy and then got some strands. And then I did the zigzag stitch down here as well, just after I'd already gone round the edge. Did the same a little bit here as well, and then stitch down here. And yeah, down there. Ah, I love it. What do you think? So grungily good. And then when we put it on there, look at that. It's so cool. I want that little bit of hanging out under there. Right, let's put it on. Let's put it on. All right, that should be enough. Oh, we got spider web. We've got glue spider webs. Right, so want this right up there, want that there, like that, want that there, like that, and then that there. Just want all the strands out, so perfect. And now I'm going to get my brayer, and I'm just going to, especially over the fabric, I'm going to burnish that down. And then look at that. Oh, how cool is that? And then this flap is going to be easy peasy. I'm not going to go as mad on the flap, except I do want 2 of my big brads on each corner here. So let's cover this quickly. All right, so you won't know this because editing, but I just went and picked my I just went and picked my son up because he's done his last A-level today. Oh, he's all done. He's left school. My youngest. Got no more children at school. So yeah, so I had to go and do that. And I put a little bit of washi tape over the end here. And now I'm going to put some glue on the flap. And then line this up with the washi. There might be a little bit of a gap, but it's not going to be enough that it's going to be like, because once I've grunged it and distressed it, you're not even going to be able to tell. So I'm just going to brayer that down. And that's doing something like this. This is why I love to use Fabri-Tac, because you get like wiggle room. And I clean my hands as well. And then make sure that's lined up straight. And let that dry, and then I'll be back. Right, so I've cut that and I've glued it down. And I do want to put 2 big brads here, either end, because I've got an idea for a closure. And I think I'm going to do that before I cover the inside. I've also put some washi around the top and the bottom because I think I want this to cover the back as well as the flap. So it's all like cohesive. So I'm just going to mark this, but I'm not going to go, I'm not going to go as big as I went on the cover. I'm just going to make this a little, like, quite plain. So let's mark this. And then that will go on the back like that. I love it. You know what we're going to have? We're going to have another journal that I'm going to keep getting out going, look, this will look good in here. This will look good in here. I've already had my fabric tabs out and thought that looks really cool on there. So, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's put that aside. Let's get my crocodile, and then we're going to put it at the 1/4 inch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up. That is the middle. So I want this hole around here. So let's mark that there, and then let's mark it. Ah! I broke my pencil. I didn't realise my own strength. And then it doesn't have to be the big one because it's a brad. So let's use the, oh, this one does not like moving. No, so let's move this. Right, let's put that there, and then we'll get it the same. Where's the circle? We'll get it the same on both. So there's the circle. So let's put that there. And then that should be, fingers crossed, the same. Right, so let's, I think I'm going to use either these like gunmetal ones, or I'm gonna have a little look and see which ones I think go best, because I had a little play the other day, and where are they? So I took out, excuse me, I got my new tabs in there, and the gold ones I don't use, so I dip them in the embossing dauber, or your embossing pad, and then I covered them in vintage photo. Look at those, how cool are they? They're like little vintage photo pearls. I love them. So I thought that's a way for me to use the gold ones, because I just don't work in gold and silver. I don't mind so much silver, but gold, I don't really work in it. So, well, that didn't work, did it, Tone? Where did that one go? There it is. Right, so let's have a look and see. Does that go? I reckon it's gonna have to be, no, it's not. It's gonna have to be these ones, because they go with the vintageness of it. But first, before I put those in, let's get, where's it gone? There it is. Let's get my archival and just go around the edges. Grunge it up. And then I'm just gonna run it down there, but then make bits a little bit darker, like that. And then I'm gonna open it up and sand a bit more distressed than they are. Perfect. And now let's put in our brads. And like I said, now's the time to do it, because we haven't covered the inside yet, so then the brads will be hidden, which is perfect. Push them down. That's it. And then I'm going to get me a little hammer and I'm going to texturize them. And then we've got, look at that. How cool does that look? Oh, I love them. I just love them. I made one of these as well out of one of the tags that Barbara gave me. So I like that. That looks cool. That does look cool. And because that's a pocket, let's check to see if, yeah, it opens flat because it's in the pocket. So it doesn't affect the opening of it, which is cool. But for today, I think I'm going to leave it here, because this video is getting a long one, and I think we'll put the bit on the back first. Right, so I've done the back. I did do it the same as the front. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I was. Look at these little strands. I love them. So this is the back. It's not as grungy, but I've matched down here with some of that netting bag that I found and just added that under there. And I did the same here with this piece as well. And then stitched round all the edge, all around the edge and everything. So we've now got, how cool does that look? And then if we open it up, it's just so cool. It's just so cool. And then we've also got the pocket in here still, the little pocket. That I was kind of thinking, like, because I made this, didn't I? In Mass Make March. And I thought, because it's got a tab on, like, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I think I might need to. My little add-ons are going to need a hair trim. I quite like that in there. I think that goes. And then I was looking at photos, the distressed photos. And I thought, well, this would be quite cool on the inside, I guess, as like a flap. And then I've got this that I didn't finish, just started playing, but I've not done the inside yet. But I kind of thought, oh, love it. I kind of thought I wanted a photograph on the front. But then I didn't know if I wanted it on here. Sort of like in the middle, like that. And then I was going through the photos. And I like that, but I don't like the peachy colour that's on it. I mean, I suppose I could... distress it and take that away. And then I thought about putting it down there. But yeah, so I think the only thing I'm sure of is a page tab. I think that's the only thing that I am absolutely certain of. I mean, I love this on here, but then kind of like it at the top there as well, or even on the side there like that. Oh, this is my favorite. I like it. And maybe that. Oh, I've just had that like that, so it's got like the hole here. And then maybe we could attach something on the inside, a piece of rope or ribbon or something, that then feeds through and ties in a bow. That's a good closure. That's a good closure. I like that. We'll put it on after when I've done the inside, because I like that. I like that as a closure. And we could even, I've got one because I've been playing with it. Like that. Oh, I like that. What do we think to this little cluster? What do we think to that? I like it. I like it. And then I want to stamp a big word down here. I don't know what. Out of my grungy alphabet stamp. And I want to do it on like grunged paper. Because I think it needs something like to bring in this on here. But yeah, I like that. That's cool. But we're not going to do that until next time. Until next time. So we're going to put those in that bowl because we're going to use them. I think this is so cool. When you think it's just a paper bag. That's all it is. Just a paper bag. We could put a photo in there as well. Maybe not that one. See, I don't like that gold eyelet. So if I can cover it. Right, let's put that on there. I'm going to take this off because the tab's going to cover it anyway. And I just don't like gold. Right, so let's put this over the hole. I love these grungy clusters. Look at that. It does need a bit of a trim. Look at that. How cool is that? Except I do need to do something with this. I'm going to take it off. Oh, I'm so funny. Altering stuff after I've already made it. But I'm going to get, if I can find them, my photo corners by Heidi Swap. Now these, oh, I wonder if, yes, see, I didn't have these at the time. I just had those ones that you get off of Amazon. But I'm just gonna, I'm gonna put a bit of glue on it just so it's, because it is on photo glossy paper. But I kind of want it hanging over the edge a little bit like that. Let's take this horrible bit off the back. And then, as we know, because, well, Heidi Swap is awesome, a paper sands like a dream. So let's just, well, there's no ink on that time, so let's get another one. There we go. Look how cool that looks. You need a bit more grunging. And then that could go in there. And Dapper is, oh no, sorry. Oh, I glued over him. We're gonna have to cut this label off. Right, thankfully it's not destroyed the photo. Phew. Oh, would have had a friend that, you know what would have happened then? Well, it's like cutting him out the photo. We fell out. So we put a label over him. But that, then, these, it's their journal, it's their lap book of their adventures on their bikes. How cool is that? Yes, I like that. So, I think we want you there. And then you down there. And then look at that. And that won't affect, because it's in the pocket, so it will just lay flat. Yes, I love that. Right, I'm going to leave this here, she says, as she's looking at another photo corner, thinking there must be somewhere I can put another photo corner. No, absolutely not. Maybe. No, Toni, put them away. Just because you like something doesn't mean you've got to stick it literally everywhere. Why? But I want to. I want to stick them everywhere. We need to do something with the back of that, but that's fine. We can do that next time. And unfortunately, you can't see the lovely little phrase. But that's fine, because we can when we turn it over. And ta-da! What do you think? The start of our awesome lap book. And don't worry, because inside we are going to have flips and flaps and folios and all sorts inside. This is going to be, it's going to be a chunk. It's gonna like bow like that. And I think what I'm going to have to do is score down that line of the washi tape so that we've got a bit of a gap. That's why I left a bit of a gap here as well. So yeah, but I love it. Ah, I love it. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for coming over and having a little play with me, because I really just felt like making something. But obviously I knew I wasn't going to be able to do this in one video. So yeah, we will revisit this again in a few days because I'm loving it. Next time what we'll do, because the outside's done. I mean, look at that. How cool does that look? Looks so cool, doesn't it? The outside's done, so now we can do the inside. And then you never know, my other videos might be making ephemera for it, and like pockets and things and folios and things to put in here. So yeah, it's not a series though. This is not episode 1. This is not part 1. This is just, we're making a lap book and we're going to revisit it when we feel like it. So thank you everybody for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you give this a go, don't forget to tag me in socials. All my socials in the description box or at the end of the video. And I will see you next time. Happy crafting everybody and take care. Bye.